Vladimir Kramnik disabled his chess.com account after this title Tuesday in June 2025, and in one of those games he lost to a 14-year-old chess prodigy, and that's the game we're going over today. Let's jump straight into it. So the game starts with knight to f3, knight to f6. So this is the Reti opening, and here we see g3, and Vladimir plays b5. I'm a very big fan of this b5 move because white always tries to play c4 in these positions, so playing b5 prevents that move. So I'm a big fan of that move. We see bishop to b2, bishop to g2, sorry, bishop to b7, b3, and here both sides go for this double fianchetto opening, which is very rare to see at top level chess, but putting the bishops on these two very good long diagonals because the center is open, it's quite good. We see d6, d3, both sides are trying to keep the center open, and we see the move c4. So the reason you want to keep the center open when your bishops are fianchettoed is because look at the scope. The scope of the bishop for both sides is very, very long. So that's a very good thing. We see the move pawn to a6, queen to c2, knight c6, and pawn to a3. So a very, very positional approach here, playing pawn to a3 just to control the b4 square. Rook to c8, rook to e1, and now we see e5. So the center has finally been closed, and here our prodigy plays knight to g5. He is a CM from the United States of America. Very high rating here, 2,794. Queen to e7 is played. Now we see e3, h6. The knight goes to e4. And this knight is going to be the star of the show. You'll see in a few moves time. So we see f5. And instead of moving the knight right away, white throws in this in-between move, taking on b5. You take my knight, I take your knight. So black takes back. Now this knight goes to c3, which has an eye on b5 and on d5. So here the move b4 is played. Black wants to not allow white to get a free pawn there on b5. But now look how beautiful this knight is. The knight goes to d5, queen f7, and now the knight goes to b6. And this is actually a double attack. White is attacking the rook on c8, but also attacking this move, or threatening this move, bishop d5, which would win the queen. So Kramnik here is forced to give up the exchange with king to h7, knight takes rook, and from here it was just a bunch of maneuvering. And Kramnik actually fought his way back into this game after these exchanges, because he got this move d5. Now in this position white could have played the move e4 and just be completely winning, but allowing d5 was quite bad, and the idea is you can't take on c5 because knight takes d3 will be a fork, and that just won't end well. Like for instance, if you take on c5, knight takes d3, queen goes back, now you take here and play just e4, and that would be winning for black. So that's a good tactic. In the game we see queen to c3, queen to b5 now, putting pressure on d3, rook a7. So now if you take d3, white will take on e5. So knight takes d3. Nice move, defends the pawn on e5 as well. Rook to a5 happens. Queen to b6. And here white plays queen takes d3. And that was considered a brilliant move on chess.com. But now the next bit of the game was just a whole bunch of maneuvering. As you can see, both sides are low on time, so I'm just gonna go very quickly through it. You can see it was just a whole bunch of maneuvering. But there is one stage here where white finds a win. So as you can see, Vladimir Kramnik is trying to get his king in. White is just moving around. And then here Kramnik decided to push a bit too far, and he lost this pawn first. Then he lost this pawn on f5. And this exchange is actually losing for black, because after the exchange, white has this very nice move, e4, right? The king has to go here to stop the pawn. And once the king goes there, now comes king to e2. And if you take this pawn, the white king is going to be in time to stop that one. So we see in the game c3, f3, and now all the pawns are protected and white is just completely winning. King to c4, king to d1, king to d3, and yeah, white is going to just go get a queen. And yeah, it was very easy to win from here. And yeah, so a great game, and I hope you guys enjoyed.